Hey, good evening. Map here, Map Investments. Hope you all had a great day. Bringing you some recap on what I saw in the market today and economic news. On the economic front, there was a lot of good news. We had the retail sales numbers, and we also had the jobless claims. So let me check here. See if we can find. Well, actually, let's just Google it. It might be faster. So, jobless claims report today. So, the initial jobless claims dropped to pandemic low of 576, but still 576,000 people filed versus the expectation of 700. That was expected and revised to 769 to the prior week. Continued claims week ended April 3rd, 3.7 million versus 3.7. It was 3.73 versus 3.7. So still, 576 filed, but they were expecting 700. So that was that. And then you had the retail, which, I guess it beat expectations on the jobless claims, but still people are losing their jobs. In the Great Recession, 600,000 was a big number, and that was almost 600,000 there in that jobless claims. We were printing 700,000. So the retail sales and these two reports are what led the market higher today. The retail sales explode in March as consumers use stimulus checks to spend heavily. So they boomed to 9.8 higher in March, thanks to a jump in spending at bars and restaurants, as well as other groups. But remember that people got these stimulus checks, so just like the data was when the pandemic started, the data was horrible to the downside. Now we're seeing the big jump to the upside, vice versa. But this is a sugar high. Trade deficits are horrible. And it's not getting any better. Import prices are higher. It was awkward today when the news came out. You would think that the bonds would sell off, causing yields to go higher, and they didn't. Actually, the bonds rallied, which was kind of weird, because you would think on that economic data they would interest rates would go higher, and they didn't. They went down. So that was the news. Let's take a look at the futures. So we have the dollar up a smidge to 91.77. It hit a low of 91.49, and it's hovering below that 92 mark. All the foreign currencies are down, and Bitcoin's down 395. Let's take a look at what that new issue coin did today. It was down 322. It had a high of 349 and a low of 317 today. So that's Coinbase. Bitcoin down 395 to 63,000, almost 500. Oil, I don't remember what oil did today. This is probably gonna say, it's gonna give you actual price. Well, anyways, oil's at 63.40. The headline says oil holds near 1 month high as demand forecast raised. So, another headline here that just came out about an hour ago. China's economy grew at 18.3% in the first quarter, slightly missing expectations. Let me check out what the low and high on oil was today here on this graph. 63.57 looks like that was the high, and the low was 62.53. So basically a dollar swing almost. Yep, basically dollar range. The S&P had a huge day. The markets rallied in general. It was a good day for the markets. On the news. So here are the indexes. The Dow Jones was up almost 1%, 305 to 34,000, over 34,000. S&P up 45 over 1% to 4170. Nasdaq up over 1% to 14,000. I think the small caps lagged today. Small caps lagged down. They were up 0.5% almost, and the VIX down to 42 cents to 1657. Right now, after hours, they're down a little bit. Everything's down a little bit. Gold had a nice day today as well. Gold was up. Gold firms near more than 1 month high. So, yeah, I know silver was at $26, copper's at $4.20, and gold that's at the higher range has been in a month. Let's see if it can crack that 1800 mark. I was talking to a buddy today. He told me, he goes, "Hey Marcos, you were right. Meat prices were higher." I'm like, "Yeah." He said that the skirt steak churrasco was up $2 higher a pound. So the hogs are 105, live cattle $120, and the feeders are at 145. Small caps down a little bit right now. Nasdaq down 42, Dow Jones down 20. Natural gas at 266. Platinum back at 1200. Palladium over 2700 at 2750 almost. That thing is just skyrocketed. Silver under 26, but it did hit over 26 today's session. I saw it. VIX is getting a little bit of a bid on these products here. The grains up a little bit, and they've been doing pretty good. They were sold off at the beginning of the week, but they're holding in there. And now the bonds are down now in the after hour trading of futures. The 30-year had a nice rally today. I don't know what it was based on. Yields were dropping, but yeah, I think they should be heading higher. I didn't get that move. It was counterintuitive, but it is what it is. But we do have inflation. I actually got quoted today. I wanted to see if I can update my AC in my house, and I called. I had Home Depot come out here with a contractor, and they quoted me $11,000 for an AC 4-ton. Now that's ludicrous, crazy. Lumber, I think lumber made another high today. Yeah, so lumber's 1260, another high. It's just amazing. Everything's just going higher and higher. The Fed says it's transitory. I really hope they're right, because all the commodities have been heading higher. And it looked like gold and silver wanted to participate today. On the headline news front, let's take a quick look here. Pfizer CEO says vaccine dose likely needed another 12 months. 10-year Treasury yield slide today, why it could be good news for stocks. Mm. There's some stuff going on with Russia. Biden says he's ready to take further actions if Russia escalates against probably I think Ukraine. Who was it that they were? There was some interesting news today. And something here about Ukraine. And there was some interesting news. I would have to find them. It was in the global chat room. Maybe we'll go to a global chat room and see what it says there in TD. Um, just trying to see if anything else that I missed today on the news. Let's put this up here. Pull up calendar. On the calendar front, there's not a lot of earnings. Tomorrow's Friday. What do we got tomorrow? Says you got consumer sentiment at 10, Baker Hughes count at 1. So there's not much. And I know there wasn't much earnings. On the global news, China Status Bureau spokesman says based on Q1 indicators the economy has got off to a good start and there has been continued improvement to production demand. Let's see here. There's a lot of China data coming here in the late night now. I'm just backtracking some of this news from today. Hyundai will suspend Asian plant between 20th and 19th, partly because they're missing chips. Governor Kuroda, BOJ, Bank of Japan, says yield target range for market function. Says Japan will meet with Biden. There's no formal statement on Taiwan in line with recent dialogue, while they will likely discuss Xinjiang and HQ, but U.S. will not insist Japan agrees to all dimensions of U.S. approach, according to U.S. Let me see what else. What other news that I saw earlier today about Russia. IMF. This is a 726. IMF's China mission Chef Berger says concerned on balance of China growth and that vaccination is vital for the return of normal capacity. Adds risk of technology coupling between U.S. and China and others which would impact global economy more than trade war. Israel Defense Forces says in response to a rocket fired from Gaza earlier tonight, its fighter jets and helicopters struck a Hamas weapon manufacturing site and weapons smuggling tunnel and military post. They were talking. Russia, the guy from Russia was talking. There it says here a 540 U.S. Centers of Disease Control panel tells that's meeting for late next week on either Thursday to discuss Johnson & Johnson vaccine safety. Fed semester says U.S. economy will grow by 6% or more this year, and unemployment rate will decline to 4.5% or less by year end, as economic growth will be strong in second half. Fauci says he believes J&J vaccine will be back on track soon. Biden says he takes responsibility as steward of U.S.-Russia relationship seriously and that we cannot allow a foreign power to intervene in U.S. elections with impunity, while he told Russian President Putin U.S. concluded Russia had interfered. I think Russia talked today about the dollar. Fed master says increase in inflation expectation is due to better economic outlook. Adds modest rise in inflation expectation is not worrisome, and she's not concerned inflation will become too high. I don't know about that. I really don't. I mean, you should see in construction, piece of plywood, $65. Incredible. I'm just scrolling here. There's a lot of data and news here. Some of it is really good. I wanted to see if I could find. Oh wow, DraftKings named an official sports betting partner for the NFL. Fed's daily 21 and 24 voter says she is hopeful, bullish, and optimistic in the economy, but want to see it in the data before making policy. Alcoa did good. Earnings per share of 79 versus expectation of 46. Higher revenue. Spec strong 21 based on continued economic recovery. Increased demand for aluminum in all end markets. Mester Fed official says economy still has a long way to fully recover, but the outlook is improving, still far from unemployment price stability. A corona variant with potentially worrying mutations that was first detected in India has been found in the UK. GOP prepares 650 billion counter to Biden's infrastructure plan. We're already at 3 o'clock almost news. United States Department of Justice examining dozens of Russian companies for supply chain vulnerabilities. Fed's daily citing retail sales says we're starting to see more normal activity resume, going to see big rebound in the second half with jobless numbers falling and spending rising. Daly says that we're far from inflation and employment targets when asked about substantial further progress. Daly states further work is needed to ensure financial infrastructure remains sound and stable. Rise in public and private debt results in vulnerabilities in the financial system. New York Fed's Logan says Fed is confident it has the tools to maintain control over the federal funds rate. They're still working on that stimulus package. So this caught my eye at 12:44. Russian foreign minister says U.S. sanctions raise doubts about wisdom of using U.S. dollar and Western payment systems, according to TASS. Ukraine says Russia will, from next week till October, close part of the Black Sea, near Kerch Strait, for foreign warships involved in military actions. And that's as far as it lets me go back. Those are robot bot news on the TD Ameritrade app. So I hope that was helpful for you. And the overall markets, let's look at the most active options. Not a lot of earnings today. The Nasdaq did okay, so there's some green here. Space was down $3. Big loser, 13%. QuantumScape, I think a battery producer, down 12%. Big loser on the day. AMD up 5. NVIDIA, another chip, up 5. AMC up 5. I did a lot of broken wing butterflies. I'm doing very, very, very tiny trades, just trying to stay engaged. Fubu down 8%. That thing's been killed. Freeport Macroman 04. Fuel Cell down 12%. Sundial down 5%. CCIV Churchill down 7%. Barrick Gold up 4%. A lot of the miners were up today with the price of gold going up. Lee Auto EV Maker down 6. Roblox up 5. Nikola down 9. That thing might go to $5. That guy, what a scam. Ride down 9. I think they make that Lucid car, that EV car. Dell up 6. A lot of SPACs have been getting killed. For real. Salesforce up $5. Workhorse lost that contract. They were down 7. I think they lost it to Oshkosh. Blink, another one, down 7. Ebon down 9%. Playboy up 15%. I guess people still looking at the Playboy magazines or the TV channel. United Health did good. They had good earnings, up 3%. Newmont, a minor of 4%. First Majestic, another minor of 4%. Glaxo has some positive news of 4%. That's pretty much it. I did a lot of broken wing butterflies. Probably did like 30 trades today. Just small stuff, nibbling here and there. I'm still heavy cash. Anyways, that's your recap for tonight. Not a lot of data for tomorrow on the weekends here. Markets are a little overbought in my opinion. Kind of, but they're in an uptrend. But I think a little pullback is in order. It would be good. Please like the video, share it, and I'll see you tomorrow.